and just hanging out for a little bit, and then we'll go from there, and then we'll see what's up.
Well, I can't lie to you. I mean, I haven't recorded really anything in a while. Yeah. I haven't recorded in a while.
Anything?
Well, it's been about 2 years. I was just listening to something that I fucking found in my drive on my phone, and I was like, man, I'm like, never no stage fright type of shit, nothing that. And I met a lot of fucking famous people, but I'm too manly to ever get no pictures or no autographs. It had to be like Mike Tyson or something.
Yeah, like somebody super famous.
I swear to God, if I could get a hold of Mike Tyson, I would let him punch me one good time if I could hang out with him for a week.
Oh, yeah?
Just because I think we'll be good friends afterwards.
Mike Tyson's a good... Have you ever listened to his podcast?
Yeah, I watch it all the time. Very serious too. I hate all that clickbait though that they do.
What is that?
Like when they try to show him as him honking on people when he's really not. They're like editing their self. Like, cause he's not that type of person.
that's usually like people on TikTok.
Who do you think is gonna win out of that? Is that fight still popping? Oh man, if it's a for real fight, if it's a real fight, I seen some stupid ass video earlier where they were trying to say a cheater, like people were taking falls from everybody, Tyson. I'm like, you got me fucked up. Whoever made this video, I'm mad at you. I don't want to be a dick, but for real.
Why are you sitting in my chair though?
Oh yeah, that's swap.
Damn, this dude.
I know. We gotta go like this. Look. Hold on. Hey.
No, I'm just playing.
Let me answer that question.
No, it's fine.
Come on, man.
No, I'm just playing with you. I was just trying to. I was just playing with you. Anyway.
I tell you what, dude. Like you don't even understand. When I hit you up just a few weeks back, and like I said, I've been watching everything. I like that shit, man. I can't help being a dad. I've been a dad for 24 years. I can't help but to be happy and proud of you, bro.
Oh, thanks, man.
Just knowing how long I've known you, dude. Even you a little bit older than me, shit means a lot to me, though. When you said that you was paying attention, and when you told me, you was, worried about me being reckless, dude, that hit me. But it's not just you. It's every time I have a conversation with anybody I ain't seen in a minute, every story is about me fighting or something. But that's not me. It was a defense mechanism at first, bro. But now I find myself having to fight somebody in every fucking generation. I'm like, how many more generations?
I think it's gonna stop though.
It is. I have no choice. No choice. Remember, I told you my boy is about to be a Toledo police officer. That's why
I'm so proud of you. That's why when I seen.
Well, I'm proud of him. He did it.
No, I know, but
I put him on that.
Well, I'm saying I'm proud of you for just like taking that first step and like actually looking yourself in the mirror and said, I got to start changing. Even if it's little by little, bro, you still got to understand. It's still little by little. You got to do it.
Well, that's what I was starting to get at. I was going to thank you for that, because sometimes you wonder if people are paying attention. But I come from where I'm always a bad guy. All my life, period. I'll take it too. I'm like, hey, just blame it on me. Fuck it. Sucks though. Now I'm like, don't blame it on me. Got little cousins coming up. I see them in a bar or something. Oh, my cousin, he's a knockout. I'm like, shut the fuck up, dude. I don't do this shit for no fucking reason. Now somebody else wants to try to fight with me. It's like, fuck you.
So it's like we gotta start breaking all those things, man. Because
them generational curses.
Okay, a lot of this stuff we're getting it from the past, right? And then it leads into our lives. But man, we got to make sure that it doesn't lead past us. We're at the age, we're 42, you're 42, I'm 44. We're at the age where we have to grow up and start showing that we got to take it, charge.
When did you get out of jail?
5 years ago.
So 39 years older, so you was just started like, bam.
Yeah, I started realizing like, what the hell?
Ain't that crazy it took us to there?
Yeah.
I was like, where the fuck you been, Mark? You know why? You always just think something's okay. Everything's gonna be okay. You know, every time I had a child or whatnot, I got 5 biological children. I got 2 bonus kids. You know, I love them. I raise them, and I'm always gonna be there for them. But remember being young. Remember, I don't know about you, but I'm most positive. We had pretty much the same things, but remember being a child with cockroaches, rats.
Yeah.
I mean, like I'd step into a room and it's like a quadrillion, you know, crunch, crunch, crunch. I gotta go pee.
I lived like that in my time.
Got fucked up fridges, frozen milk, you know, or powdered milk. I still love that shit.
Yeah, dude.
I was raised on government shit.
I grew up.
It might have been why I got so big or something. I don't know.
I've had just about all that, you know what I'm saying? Like at one point, because we grew up like, you know, we didn't know each other when we were younger, but we grew up around the same area in the same neighborhood. So we live similar lives, but in different.
I wish things, like if we were in the same neighborhood coming up, we would have been a lot closer earlier.
Yeah.
Because I always liked Ricky. He was always my dude, you know?
Yeah.
I love that dude still to this day.
Yeah, Ricky's like your
I love
exact
seeing what he's doing out there with them cars and shit. I think that shit's raw, man.
Yeah.
And he's always been that guy like that, you know? I mean, I've never been really a car guy.
Yeah, me neither.
You know,
he loves cars though, bro. That's his thing, bro.
I can't lie, even though I know we'll edit this, but I'm the type of motherfucker, I'll just run a car into a house if I wanted to or had to, you know? And that's that old way of thinking though. But see, I don't act on it as much like that though. Like everything I used to let, boom. Everything I used to let make me go crazy. I have a whole neighborhood up in Aurora, bro. And thinking back on that, I scarred my children, dude. That's why my older boys ain't like we was, because they seen how stupid I was and how drunk I was and how ignorant I could be. I remember when I was little, when my oldest son was little, I remember him and my second oldest standing up in the back seat when they should have been buckled when they were, but they get out and you're driving with no license and they're like, Dad, the popo's behind you, 5-0, something like that, you know, some lingo, but at that age. Yeah. Sit the fuck down. Like, sit down, you're gonna get me in trouble. But, you know, unfortunately though, dude, that was like my whole damn life, dude. My whole life just been incriminating. I used to joke and say I committed like 5 felonies before I even wake up in the morning, you know? It's just a joke, but it feels like that sometimes. Yeah,
it's just a joke, but still like that's the kind of environment that we grew up in. You know, once I hit I ended up going all the way to prison, you know?
Dude,
I always had jobs and stuff, but I always did bad shit on
when
top
we
of
was younger though, I didn't see your cordialness and your mellow, like even, I know that you wasn't like peaches and cream like type of shit, but I knew that you was always cordial with people, you know? That's why me and you always get along. Never had one bad thing to say about you ever. And that was way before you went to prison. And afterwards, you know, me seeing you, and I'm like, this motherfucker is awesome. I'm like, damn, you know, and I'm like, dude, and I like how you kind of document almost everything. Yeah,
because I believe in that, man. I believe in the power of you. When you change and you put it out there, it can change other people. It can give people hope that they can change.
You remember the time when you didn't want to feel positive?
The what?
You didn't want to feel positive?
Yeah, I wanted to.
You wanted to be an ass. Like, I just want to, like, you just wanted to rebel against it. Like, you know, I remember listening to Esham, all that old Satanist ass shit. You got me fucked up.
Because you know why, man? Because what we listen to and what we see is what comes out of our mouth. And then we just get programmed.
Bingo.
And the government and everybody wants us to be dumb and be mad and be fighting. They want a black person to fight with the white guy. They want this thing to be against this. That's what they want. They don't want us to be happy and be all like.
But what they don't know though is when you come in environments like this, there's such a melting pot. Like Toledo.
Yeah, Toledo's a melting pot.
Everybody love everybody. Yeah. I fight with anybody.
Yeah.
You're my baby.
Everybody can get it.
Yeah, you know. But if you're my people's, somebody tries to hurt you, I'm there.
Yeah.
But I don't want to be like that no more.
Yeah, I appreciate you, man.
I mean, shit.
All right. Today we got Mark Baker on the podcast. Say what up, Mark.
What up, though?
Let's go.
He's tight.
Drink so many beers, looking all kinds of weird.
Nobody
What
creeps
up, dog? 05, baby.
Don't have my throat cut, now I'm cutthroat.
So back in the day, you see that office right there? Inspiring bigger business. This is where my podcast was. This is Jacob Conine's office. He's from the east side and stuff, and that's where my podcast used to be. And then I found out one day that that was for rent, and then I moved across the hall.
It's nice.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you, bro.
And then we have an elevator and stuff, but the landlord really doesn't really like me using it.
You can bring a small car on that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Got it.
Yes, sir.
All right. Yeah. I was renting that office, right, and then eventually I found out this sign right here said prime office space for rent. So I was like, man, and I got the landlord to you know what I mean?
And plus, ain't nobody to bother you.
Yeah, nobody bothers me. Oh.
But now that I know.
Let's chill right here and have a little smoke break.
I'll be out there at Dirty Bird like, yo, good.
The Dirty Bird, they really didn't. They really don't fuck with me too much. Last week I tried to go in there to record, or no, not last week, 2 weeks ago, and they're like, no, you can't record out here.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, they wouldn't let me.
I'm telling them, fuck you, I'll go across the street.
Yeah, no, I was like, dude, I come here, I spend money here every week. Like, what the hell? I go there and buy a drink or a burger or something every week.
He probably went in there and ordered an empanada and pissed him off.
No, this is what I did. I went in there with the guests and we took a shot, and then I started recording with my, you know, I had the thing like that, and then
Probably legal shit.
she said that, yeah, she said that she would have to get a notice from all the, you know, the customers in the background.
Oh yeah.
Like an NDA.
Yeah.
Like a non-closure.
I seen some of that shit behind the scenes shit, like with even practical jokers in them.
Yeah.
They gotta get
Everybody's
signed.
consent.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, I told her it's 2024. Like, people are gonna get recorded everywhere. Like, chill out.
Well, you see what they're doing
you know
with
what I
the
did?
cops and everything now,
I
right?
blurred everybody's face.
You know how they do that now? Like, what's your badge and what's your name and badge number? You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah.
It's like, no, but they wouldn't harass you for no fucking reason. Why in the hell not ask them what they're doing? You ever see a cop that's parked doing some dumb shit?
Yeah, just sitting there.
I've seen that shit a million
nothing.
fucking times.
Yeah.
But I'm
like
not testing them no more. I'm
like
cool.
behind a building. They're just sitting there.
I've had bad run-ins.
You've had bad experiences.
Yeah, and I promise you this right now, it's impossible to sue them.
Oh yeah.
Don't nobody want no part of that shit.
Yeah,
Not no lawyers.
They like, what are they gonna do? Sue my podcast? It was we only got like 30 views, so I don't think they're gonna. And you know what I did? I blurred the guests. Whoever was in the video, I think we blurred it.
Right.
I told my editor to blur. I don't even know. I didn't even check.
I just always be wondering what the fuck is going on in these upper buildings.
Yeah,
And they gotta-
people live up there in that one. I seen people walking around. My landlord lives in the top floor.
For real?
Yeah, the whole 3rd floor is his.
Nice building. So wait, this is 2 buildings next to each other then?
Yeah, no, one building. He bought the whole building back when remember when the I think when they built all this stadium and stuff, he bought this thing.
That's nice. They
rent all
renovated it.
this out. He rents the whole building out except the top floor.
All of this shit's looking a lot better. You know what I haven't done yet though? Is I ain't got on one of these buildings to watch one of them games.
Oh, me neither.
Ain't it down the street here?
Right there in that corner, you see where them little things are? Yeah, we need to do that.
Hell
We
yeah.
need to take Big Yogi'z Garage up there.
Hell yeah.
like one game day or something, I'm thinking about putting my table right here and just tell everybody, Big Yogi'z Garage.
Well, you know, in the
podcast.
summertime though, man, there's a lot of fucking shit going on now.
Yeah, it be jumping during the summertime when there's games. I could literally sit here and just probably pass out flyers. Big Yogi'z Garage, Big Yogi'z Garage.
I ain't gonna mention names or anything, but some of the homies came down here with a few times last summer, and I'm like, ha, you getting old, motherfucker. These kids, I don't even know if they was old enough to be drinking.
Yeah.
And I'm feeling out of place like a motherfucker.
Yeah,
and then I'm looking at some of my boys and I'm like, hold on a minute. It's a little dark here.
We're getting old, bro. It's not the same no more.
I thought about it like my uncles on my Mexican side. Dark ass hair like that, slick back. But when they got older and started getting gray, summertime, you see that little shit dripping down
there. Yeah, you got your hair got super gray.
Bam.
Yeah, your shit got. But that's what the girls like nowadays.
Man, I don't know, dog.
Yeah, the girls like that salt and pepper.
Who was I just telling that shit to yesterday? I was like, man, I don't believe
you got that George Clooney, bro. The girls love that shit.
Like, they're like salt and pepper. I'm like, nah, pretty salty right just about now. It's getting pretty fucking gray up there.
I'm pretty salty.
I think there's a lot of riding without a license. Probably scared.
No, that's what people girls like that, bro.
Put my nerd on.
Girls like that because they see the.
Look, I'm like this when I'm riding down the street.
They look the maturity. They see the maturity in you.
Yeah. Okay.
They're like, oh, wrong guy.
We ain't catfishing nobody out here. Hey, you know what?
Like, don't think I'm mature just because I have gray hair.
One thing that I always do is I always throw it all. I wear my shit on the sleeve. You know that. I wear everything on the sleeve, bro. So it's not much that most people don't know besides the good part of me.
Yeah.
That's it.
Sorry, man. What's up, bro?
Everybody always knows that shit part. But you know me.
Yeah.
You know my heart. I got a good heart, man.
Of course, like people see like your fights and stuff, but they don't really know who you are, like you or as a person.
I even scared myself looking at that shit. Like, damn, you retard.
You wake up the next day like, what the fuck did I do?
One thing I can tell you though, is that is definitely not what I chase after. I just don't want to be bothered.
Yeah.
Like,
the thing is,
I stick up for it.
You're not looking for that shit.
I don't start.
You're just trying to have some fun or something, and then it leads.
I don't start nothing. That last thing that you seen on the internet. The only reason why I let that shit stay up was hopefully nobody would see that. You know, that's just a little that fucking leave me alone type of shit.
Yeah.
When I walked into that bar that night with that video, I walked into Angelo Cortez's dad was in there, and dude had just knocked his hat off his head and was accusing him of stealing his wallet. And then when I walked in, it was 5:30 in the afternoon. I was to get my first beer. I walked in, and dude was like, "Oh, you stole my fucking wallet." And I was like, "What?" I was like, "I just walked in here." And then I seen him turn around. He said, "No, you and you." And I was like, "Don't be messing with my old school here, you know."
So that's how that happened.
Yeah, it wasn't.
It's not like you were drunk.
And I guess before I even came in there, he spit in some 70-year-old lady's face and pulled her hair. He was just on a fucked up mission. It was his birthday. And he got a couple birthday presents that day.
All right, let's go upstairs. I'm fucking freezing.
Me too. Come over here a second.
Yeah. It is what it is, though.
Well,
not everyone knows. Not everyone knows us, and not everyone like you know what I mean. People see only what they see on the internet. Could have cut hair.
Yeah. I was just with him last night.
Go ahead, cut that. Close that door.
Have you seen him since he cut his hair again?
No, I haven't.
He cut all them dreads off.
Oh yeah. Let me just turn this up.
Like this. Nice.
I haven't seen him. No, I haven't. But I've seen him online that he cut his hair off. But I haven't seen him personally.
I was supposed to be over there earlier, and
is that who cuts your hair? Oh, for real? Tell myself so.
Him and Border.
That's my dude. Me and him born on the same birthday, January 5th.
He's still one of my really good friends, man. Me and him, we chop it up a lot. We was hanging out last night and shit.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Big Yogi'z Garage. Today I got Mark Baker. What's up, Mark?
What up, though, family?
How you doing, man?
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, you're welcome, man. Thank you for joining me. And like I wanted you on, but I'm gonna keep it real and 100 with you, bro.
All day, have to.
Real and 100, because
I'm listening.
you messaged me like about a year ago, right? And you wanted to be on the podcast, or maybe even
might
longer,
have been a little longer,
you know.
yeah.
And then I was like, I seen some of the stuff you was writing on Facebook. I seen some of the fights you was on, and I was like, bro, I'm not ready to have you on. I was thinking like you need to like do some things, improve yourself, right? Mm-hmm. Not in a cocky way, but because I wanted you to become better. Because I know that you're a good ass dude and you're a father, and I wanted you to become better. And then the other day, I've been watching you and I've been seeing what you've been doing, brother. And I've been seeing that you're trying and
I appreciate it. Yeah.
And then so when you reached out to me and you said, "Hey Yogi, I would like to be on the podcast," no hesitation, I told you okay, and I found you a day, and we're here right now.
Yes, sir.
Proud of you, brother.
Thank you very much.
100%. I'm proud of you, man, because you're
really
from where I'm
appreciate
from, bro. So
I appreciate
you know,
it.
I just want to. I'm giving you an opportunity so you can talk. Tell me your story. Anything you want to talk, we can just like have a great time, brother.
First and foremost, thank you. And you're a great person. You inspire a lot of people, man, whether you know it or not. And I ain't gotta talk out of my neck on that one. Mm-hmm. I know that for a fact because I know how I feel when I'm watching your podcast and I follow you. You know what I mean? And it's inspiring because positivity, you know, positive things turn out to positive things, you know, if that makes any kind of sense.
Of course it does.
And thanks for having me on, but you were absolutely right. I'm still not all the way. I lost my mother from stage 4 lung cancer.
Sorry to hear about that.
I went completely, that was right around the time you got out was when we found out. Mm-hmm. But it felt like every day I was waiting to hear a phone call that she's dead. Mm-hmm. She pushed it to her limit, but I was not a good person. I lost all my morals, all my respect for myself. Mm-hmm. Everybody that I knew from our neighborhoods lost respect for me after I built for so many years. Mm-hmm. I felt timid. I felt like a bitch somewhat. Mm-hmm. I knew who I was, but I didn't. Mm-hmm. So it took me a minute to bounce back, and I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You know, like, you know who you are, Mark. But then I catch myself into that macho shit I was telling you about. Mm-hmm. But dude, I just have to tell you, I'm very happy for you and the things that you're doing around here.
I appreciate you,
you know,
so much.
When I hit you up that time, it was because I was watching these interviews with you and these younger cats. And being a positive influence on them. Mm-hmm. And we've talked about my son, and you know who he is, and you talk, you see him, what he's doing. You see, I'm trying, you know, because it takes a long time. Mm-hmm. It takes a long time. And you have a fantastic wife, by the way.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
I don't know her personally, but man, I love seeing you guys' videos, dude.
I appreciate it.
I really do.
Yeah, because the thing is, we're trying to show people that you can have a good relationship and be happy, and you know, and she has her own thing going on and I have my own thing going on, and then we meet in the middle, and sometimes we go on a date and sometimes we're at home, but a lot, because we're both building, so it's kind of like a beautiful thing.
It's a good thing.
One thing I wanted to ask you, okay, your mom was really important to you, right?
Always.
So that's what, when that happened to you, that's when you started having like a really bad spiral down?
Yeah, and you know, one thing that I wasn't sure to talk about when I'm so we edit whatnot that I'm not comfortable with in the long run, but when me and Alicia, my ex-wife, you know Alicia, you know, I love her dearly.
Yeah, I used to work with her in North Class.
Yeah, she was my childhood, everything. You know what I mean? My ex-wife, my only wife, my 3 oldest kids. But anyways, I found myself at a point, man, where I was recording, performing, meeting famous people, nothing was floating my boat per se. I felt like I don't know what I was thinking, but right around that time, my grandmother passed, right? So this is my mom's mom, but she helped raise me too. And when she passed away, it was like, bam, punch in the face. That was like my real mom. Like I could go and tell her my mom to her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then right after that, I mean, we had a whole bunch of deaths in the family right around then. And then right after that, my mom comes at me and she's like, oh, I got stage 4 lung cancer. Gotta start chemo, this. She had a fantastic husband. He's passed away now too, God bless his soul. I think he tried pretty much everything. He lost 2 wives from cancer. My mom was the second one.
Damn.
But one thing that really, really hurts, but when my grandma died, that's when I found out she had lung cancer and was dying. And there was no ifs, ands, or buts. It was gonna happen. I was losing it. So I left my wife, went outside of my marriage, and I was lost. And I left her. She ended up being pregnant with Major. And
so you fucked that all up, right?
yeah, of course, I did. I messed up something
I didn't
great.
know because I just know that you guys separated.
No, I messed up. No, she was a fantastic person, and she still is. The way that me and her came up together and the way I expected things from her, she always killed it 100%. And I have nothing but the utmost respect for her.
Absolutely. I'll tell you one thing, that she was like really loyal to you. Because like there was people at Northplace that always try to hit on her and stuff. She never even played no games with nobody. I can tell you that 100% because I seen, I work there all the time. So.
Well, plus you always hear shit.
Yeah, you can always hear shit because when you work at a big factory.
She was very loyal. But you know, we built something together that I handed off to the next guy. Rob's a good guy. Yeah. Nothing bad to say about him. You know, very respectful. But I went outside of my marriage then. Then I was just lost. I got back into the drug game because Alicia would absolutely not have it. I lost, like I was saying, I lost all my morals.
So when that happened, that was like really when you started losing everything, right?
Yeah.
Like when
I was nuts, bro. I told you I had on a weekly basis, I had teeth sticking out of my hands. You know what I mean? Like picking them out.
Okay, tell me a little bit. So you were part of a rap group, right? Of Baker Boys, right?
Yeah, 2 to the Head.
Okay, yeah, 2 to the Head, yeah.
Yeah.
So people called you the Baker Boys, right? You, your brothers.
Well, no, there was something else.
Your dad, right?
Well, they were. They call us the Mexican Bakers.
Okay.
Even though we only have breeds, but I mean. I think I was telling you that, my mom wanted me to change my name to Rodriguez when I was like 16. And I'm like, I can't do that, Mom. I said, even though my dad's not around at this time, and for a long time, I built myself as Mark Baker. You know, so I'm like, no, I can't do it.
So 2 to the Head. Tell me, I remember listening to them.
I was gonna invite Jason with me, my brother. Yeah. I mean, I probably recorded it.
Oh, we can still do that one day. We can do one day, like just like get a big table out and just sit down and.
You'll probably hear me more than him. He's
but still,
not
like we could still.
He's changed a lot though.
Tell me a little bit about that. So that's how it led, because. You guys were all partying, kicking it, rapping.
That's what a lot of our music started out being about, was partying. A lot of shit talk. A lot of angry, violent, stupid shit. And then when I learned that I can actually say something, I started writing about shit that was like really serious. Something that you could, understand, or he could understand, or whatnot. And I mean, I got pretty damn good at it, dude. I can write the shit out of some lyrics.
You guys went and played with all kinds of like really famous people, right?
Yeah,
like Machine Gun Kelly and all them dudes, or no?
Nah, we did a lot of Detroit shit. I mean,
like Detroit stuff.
I'm sorry, I just don't want to
talk about that kind of stuff.
It's that shit that I don't.
Yeah.
I hate myself sometimes because I feel.
But Mark, that's what made you, bro. You gotta understand the person you are today. Every single little thing. That's how you grow, bro. You grow because eventually you break out of that stage, right? You that's what you did. You know what I'm saying? You guys wore that. You guys were rappers, local rappers. You guys were around here. You guys made a big impact. You know what I'm saying?
I got some shit.
But there has to. But now you're in a whole different stage in your life. You realize that you got to start growing up. But it's okay to talk about it because there's kids.
You're absolutely
there's
right.
kids right now that are 22 and they're still. We got to be able to talk about it so we could like show people where it can lead to.
Well, that's really where I want to be here.
That partying and stuff that led to breaking up your whole marriage and breaking up your whole family and throwing you spiraling down towards a bunch of bad stuff. So you have the right, bro. That's okay. All that happened to you. You know why? Because God gave you the right to have all that, so you can help somebody else that's going to go through that. Because you're not the only one that's going to go through that, Mark.
I know that, and you know what I've been catching myself doing lately? I'm staying out of trouble because I'm keeping people out of trouble.
Yeah.
And then this is gonna sound a little selfish, but I get a little aggravated about it. Because I'm so used to wanting to speak my own shit and be my own person, but I'm worried about everybody. My natural instinct is to be a protector, a big brother, a coach. I coached Pee Wee for 10 years, you know? I was there for every one of my kids' games, their practices. It started out with just being to make sure that they didn't get picked on the field because they started out so young. Yeah. But it turned into, my whole life, I raised my two little brothers. They learned how to be a husband. I'm not gonna, obviously I made my mistakes.
Of course. Yeah.
But I taught them how, let's just say even from back, teaching them how to ride a bike, all the way up to meeting a girl, getting in your first fist fight. You don't fight that motherfucker, I'm beating you. You got no choice.
It was tough.
Because I had no choice.
Yeah.
But I was steadily sticking up for
the microphone.
I was sticking up for people constantly. And I still catch myself doing that. And I'm always wondering, like, why in the fuck am I always in everybody's business? Because I care, genuinely.
Of course.
Especially about younger cats. So whenever I can help you with something that I fucked up on.
That's why we got to be able to talk about that.
Of course.
Because we got to be able to, because we're 40 years old. We got to make sure that the 20-year-olds, the 17-year-olds, or anybody that comes across this message, they need to know that some people are like, dude, I already talked about all this, but I went to prison, I fucked up, I did this, but then I got out and I'm rebuilding, and I want to show people that it's possible. And look you're gonna be able to, if you keep going and you keep doing what you're supposed to do, you're gonna be able to show people, look, you can fall, but guess what? You can come back up.
I started over about 4 times that I remember.
That's good though.
But you know what? I don't never stop. I can't just lay down and die. And sometimes this was the last time that I'm gonna resort back to something that I know isn't supposed to be at this age, in this mindset. Being a grandfather now. My granddaughters.
How many grandkids? You grandfather?
Yeah, I got 2 granddaughters, man. And they are, between them 2 little girls and my daughter, she's 6. She when we went to my son's house last week, my daughter goes, she gets so excited, she screams so high pitched. She said, I can't wait. She goes, I get to go see my niece's cousins. I said, no, nieces.
Your nieces.
You're only 6, I get it. You think that it's like a cousin to you? They thought that my oldest son was my brother. I said, well, why would he be named after me? I mean, I lost it. It was funny because the age group, the age difference, 24 years old to 6 years old, they don't get that, you know? And pie in my eyes, though, I tell you right now, Olivia is my daughter. She's 6. And then Eliana and Ariella. And them,
your granddaughters?
Yeah, them are my 2 granddaughters. And I couldn't be more proud in my life, you know. All the boys with knucklehead shit, hey, toughen up, goddammit. Do 100,000 push-ups, this, you know. And my daughter, I'm like, who's fucking with my princess? But see, I do it to the boys and they start laughing because they know I'm just coming to tickle them. But I look over at my daughter's face and she's like, there's my dad. I'm the princess.
That's
you know.
Good. But that's what's giving you this new thing, because you can your grandkids, bro, like, and then you might
treat women different.
You have to, bro, because that's the way. We got to realize that we fucked up. Trust me, I've been in the same thing. I fucked up. I've been married a couple times. I fucked up and fucked up. So I mean, like, so.
No, I think that's that.
No, it's okay, but it's true.
Because like I was telling you about baby mom, like that phrase, too many.
Yeah.
I hate to say that, but no, you know, I don't regret my other 2 children with Ashley, and I love Ashley dearly. She's a very good mom. Me and her have a lot of toxic energy.
Yeah. So how many kids do you have? You have 4?
5.
5 kids?
5 biological and my 2 bonus.
Oh, okay, your 2 bonus.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
My oldest daughter, my bonus, she just turned 14. Oh, okay. And she's a mother hen. She's so adorable. I love her. Yeah. You know, when I first met her, she was bald-headed and blue eyes.
She was a baby.
Walking along a coffee table. But I love them just as much as I love my other ones.
Of course you have to, because that's the way. You know that. Okay, let me tell you a story about Jesus. Jesus, right? When Mary told Joseph, Jesus' dad, like, hey, they sent me this. I'm about to have a baby. He was thinking like, hold up, you're supposed to be a virgin, and all of a sudden she came in and she said that God put a baby. Right. So he was like, he kicked her out, and he said, hell no. But then eventually God came to him and said, she is gonna have a baby, and you're gonna have to name him Jesus. So then he went and found her, and he took her back. But he even, there's a part that says he didn't think that he could actually father Jesus like his own son, because he didn't think it was his own son. He didn't feel like it was his blood. But then later on in the scripture, after Jesus became older and stuff, there was a part where he said that Joseph was an example to all stepfathers in the whole world, because he showed that he can love.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Even though it was Jesus, because everyone.
I see what you were getting at now.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yep.
But they said that he was an example to show all of us, Joseph, that maybe Jesus wasn't his blood, but he still loved them like a son. And he even said that he couldn't believe that he even thought about that before.
And who gets taught that?
Yeah.
And who gets sent that message?
That's crazy.
I mean, that has to be something remarkable. I mean, think about it. My faith in God is very strong. I can be a knucklehead a whole shitload of times, but in all actuality, I got anxiety problems. Depression a little bit, but I'm a social person. If I ain't social, I can't do shit, man. Yeah. I catch myself talking to myself just so I know what I'm saying. Yeah. If I say it to myself silently, it doesn't resonate.
Yeah, because it's dangerous to be
say it
by
out
yourself,
loud.
though.
It is.
It's too long, too much.
Well, yeah.
It's good sometimes.
Yeah, because I'm not an
not all day, every day or nothing.
No, it's dangerous.
Yeah, like solitary confinement. It's really dangerous.
And the only reason why I say I speak out loud when I'm by myself is so that way I can hear myself back.
No, it's good. It's
because when
like
I say it here,
I believe in that. I believe in the talking out to yourself. It doesn't matter. You can be talking to God. You can be talking to yourself. You can be manifesting things.
Was I telling you about when I be praying?
No, tell
Like
me.
how I see that light?
No, tell me about
I
it.
didn't?
No.
I thought it was you I was telling. I was just having that same
You might have,
conversation.
but remember we were talking one day when I was working, and we were talking about.
Well, I
all
know you
kinds
had
of
a lot
different
of going
stuff.
on too. But all right, so I thought this. I don't know. I remember almost the exact same day that I started my relationship with God and really found it and seen it and felt it. And ever since then, every time I would pray, because I was born into religion, I was born with God right in front of me. Period. Not to turn it all into that, but I'm gonna tell you
But
this.
I want to start talking about this on my podcast.
Yeah, because
I'm getting more religious, and I'm trying to learn more about God.
I got about 3 Bibles throughout my house where I can grab at any point in time.
That's good. So I'm willing to talk about any of this stuff.
For sure, but when I pray though, like, all right, so you know how some people that don't want to admit that they believe in God and Jesus,
Yeah.
so they like to say that they meditate.
Yeah.
It's the same thing, but just don't fake it. You know, what I mean, that's just how I feel. You know, because you know that there's a higher being out there. When I was in rehab, when I was younger, they used to be like, "Oh, your higher power could be your motorcycle, your this," and I'm like, "What in the fuck are you guys talking about? It's God."
Yeah.
Jesus, like,
Of course. In the Bible, it says not to worship things.
yeah, false idols, all
false
that,
idols,
you know? You can't worship materialistic things, you know? There's all kinds of false idols. There's paganism's, you know.
Yeah, people will try to talk you into all kinds of different things.
It's stupid to me. But it's just like money. Money, people can do that with money.
Oh yeah, people can keep control about anything.
But what I was saying is when I pray though, right? And
No, you were telling me when you found the day that you found that God or Jesus or whatever.
I was in and out of juvie.
God, you said God, right?
Yeah, God, Jesus, I'm Christian. I was always praying when I was in trouble. As a younger teenager, adolescent, but I was in and out of jail, crazy hot-headed, crazy shit. And I would always pray. And then I would get out and I'm like, okay, he heard me. But then I went and prayed when things was going good.
Yeah.
So I had to tell myself, like, he's listening to me. I gotta pray when things are good too. So I started doing that, and you know what I'm talking about if you have the same faith that I do. It's incredible the things that can happen from prayer.
Yeah.
And my life ain't been nothing but trash, but I'm still grateful for the things that I have.
Yeah. But your life hasn't been trash. You fucked. No, because your life. Look at your sons. Look at your daughters.
Oh, no.
It's not 100. You got to understand, Mark. Hold on, because you can't negative talk yourself.
Well, I don't mean to.
Or you can't negative talk your life because look at you. You're doing good. Yeah, you've made a lot of fucking mistakes.
Lot.
But Mark, you're 42 years old. Your life is about to change. If you decide to keep going and keep putting in the work, bro, it ain't. No, your life, you've made mistakes, but guess what? You've learned from all those damn mistakes.
I was just recently, me and my set of kids' moms was trying to get back together because I feel like I owe her for not being the guy I should have been in the first place.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, I want the better version of Mark. You get the first crack at this because I know where I'm going. I know what I'm going to be doing. And there ain't nothing going to stop me unless God calls. But it's freaking people out. How calm I've been being.
Okay.
Like, cause I'm a little vocal today, and I really wanted to be. I mean, as long as it was, appropriate, I guess enough.
Yeah, it is. I want you to talk. I want you to tell me your story. I want to learn.
Man, dude, there ain't enough time. Ain't enough time, dude. I swear to God,
There ain't enough time.
I got so much shit to talk about. Like, man. Tough shit. What I meant by saying that my life wasn't shit, though, not to cry about it.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Not to whine about it or nothing. And you know what I'm so good at is just sitting there listening to everybody else's problems and being there for them. When I listen to the shit and I'm like, you guys have no idea. But I'm here for you, and I'm just gonna be quiet because my shit is okay. I'm used to hurting. It's fucked up. It's true. But how many people you know that had your mother sit on the edge of your bed with you while you're about 9 years old and tell you that she had to sell herself to pay for groceries? That hurts.
Fuck yeah.
And then knowing that the crack dealer is busting your mom, you know what I mean? Or being 10 years old and getting a couple of pounds of weed and an ounce of cocaine tossed on your lap, like, do this. Here's a skill, learn real fast. Have a backpack on my fucking back, dude, riding around the neighborhood, then I could have got murdered. You know?
I grew up in a life like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and I ain't trying to like glorify it.
No.
Horrible. Never in my fucking life would I ever put my kids or subject my children to do anything of that sort. I'd rather go out there.
Yeah.
I'll go stick my neck out there before I ever let anybody else I care about have to go through things.
See, not me. I fucked up. I was taught that, and I taught a bunch of my little cousins that. And now, like, I look at myself like, damn, I fucked up.
I did too.
You know?
But in some
I didn't, you know, it wasn't like with bad intentions. I was trying to have everybody make money. But I was guiding with the wrong shit, you know? But
in the neighborhood at the times, though, dude, and family involved.
That's the way
come on, man. You know. You have no choice somewhat.
Where we grew up
There's a choice, but there's not.
There wasn't.
The heat's off all the time in the winter. I was making more money than all of my parents and aunts and uncles and everything as a baby, you know? And I'm like, what is going on with you guys?
Why are you guys so broke?
Beating my mom's boyfriends
we work
up.
at Save a Lot.
I would beat up my mom's drug dealers, boyfriends. I was a douche, man. Like, my mom, I remember her telling me, I swear to God, Mike, one day you're gonna have a kid that's gonna do the same shit to you. I'd be right by the door though, because my mom was promiscuous after my dad. And she wouldn't disagree with me if she was here right now. I can say that without feeling any guilt.
Yeah.
She was a wonderful woman, and I was the oldest, but I was still a mama's boy. My dad was fucking a gangster hippie.
And you've talked to your mom about all this stuff already, like.
Oh, we was always open.
You guys were
with each
open,
other.
yeah.
Man,
So that's why you feel comfortable to talk.
I was like 9 years old, and she's like, "Let me see your dick and balls. You got hair on it yet?" What? Shut the fuck up, ma.
Yeah.
Like, well, that's the type of shit I had to deal with, and I grew up being a pretty raunchy motherfucker, you know. Not to mention my dad. My dad was horrible.
Your dad was a hippie.
He was a gangster hippie.
Gangster hippie?
Gangster hippie, because the reason I say this, even though I couldn't stand the fucking clothes that he wore, nut hugging ass motherfucking jean wearing motherfucker. But that dude had like Tom Petty hair. Thought he was sweet. He could whip ass. Was only about 5'9". And he did dope and sold dope and carried guns. It was dangerous too.
So he was a hippie gangster.
He was dangerous.
And both of your parents passed away?
My dad's getting ready to.
Your dad's passed.
Me and him ain't on good terms right now. I don't know. I was born on his birthday, same name, everything. I was born on his 18th birthday. And none of my birthdays were ever fun, ever. Never, nothing that, and as I got older, it's not about material things, even though it was horrible growing up without them type of things, because, you know, you try to keep up with all the other kids.
Yeah.
But never had no real good memories. There was maybe two where he like, one, I got to see, one, all right, so yeah. I went to Ford, what was it before it was Ford Field? It was
Caesars Arena or something? I don't know.
Remember, it was the
Ford Field. I don't know what it was before. I could have swore it's called Little Caesars.
It was the, all right, so look, Led Zeppelin, okay?
Okay.
when I was a kid, this is how my dad was. Like, he was like, oh, you can't listen to sissy-ass rock. That faggot rock, like Def. I wasn't allowed to like that type of shit. You gotta listen to that hardcore rock and roll. Led Zeppelin, I grew up on that shit. I grew up on Elvis, big time. I know all of Elvis' shit, but I'm a music person. I know a lot of music. My dad, though, he got me tickets on my birthday. I was 16 to see Page and Plant, Robert Page and Jimmy Plant.
All right, so we were talking about a concert that you went to when you were 16.
Yeah, so I was basically saying that I did kind of remember a couple of good times I had for our birthday, being that we were born on the same day and all that.
Oh yeah,
but we were totally different kind of people. Like, my dad was funny though, man, like, cause as much as he liked rock and roll and all that, my dad was a musician too. Like, he played guitar, he wrote music. He cut off his finger, the tip of his finger, and he couldn't play the guitar like he used to, and drove him nuts. I felt bad for him, but he kept it in this fucking little jar. Damn. He still got it.
Hey, did your dad have a friend called named Bob LaCourse or Bob?
Bob LaPointe?
LaPointe,
yeah, from over there.
North Class.
Yeah. He's like an uncle to me,
yeah. He was a forklift driver.
He passed, didn't he?
Dude, I don't know, but he loved your dad. He always used to talk about. He's the one that told me that you guys were the Baker Boys. Those are the Baker Boys.
Yeah, that's what they would say. But like, there's Baker Boys that are on the radio too.
But yeah, he would tell me. He's the one that would, because I used to be a forklift driver with him, and he's the one that always used to be like, "Those are the Baker Boys," because that's how he knew your dad and stuff.
My dad even liked Tupac.
Oh, you did?
He only liked Tupac, DMX, and Eminem. That's the only rapper that he would listen to. But so when I went to that concert in Michigan, it was Page and Plant. So it wasn't all Led Zeppelin. It was just Robert Page and Jimmy Plant.
But that was like hard rock and roll.
Yeah, it was Led Zeppelin.
Oh, okay.
You know, like they played all of Led Zeppelin stuff. But I was like about 5 rows back. For me, I grew up watching all that shit. But anyways, it was a great time. I remember we going around. I was like 16. I tried to grab something. I was already blazing out anyways. He's like, yeah, motherfucker, nah. You know, but that was a good time. And he took me to a Aerosmith concert once too. So that was pretty cool too. You know, pretty good bands.
Yeah, but like, okay, what's the other thing? Like, I seen you post something like the demons that followed, like something him that was it?
Yeah,
some demons that he had followed you throughout your life.
Yeah, I never really even talked about it, but it hit me that night when I posted that. As that, my grandmother helped take care of my dad through some of his like. I want to say he was like withdrawn when I was younger. And she always knew that he was a really good guy, but she said that she always seen these demons. She always seen this black cloud over his head. And she always felt like it just attached to me. Because she would have to get me out of jail quite a bit, and she wasn't nobody to play with neither. I mean, I used to sell her pounds of weed. She was gangster, bro, but like, she made my dad marry my mother. My mom was 14, he was 18. My mom had me when she was 14. She just turned 14. So when I was growing up with her.
Yeah, your mom you and her were growing up like the same time.
Yeah, and my dad got off on that fly shit after, you know, we were Jehovah's Witnesses for a while. And
oh, for real? So was I.
I went to Kingdom Hall. I stood up there on there and recited my young kid Bible.
Wow, we have that in common also too.
A lot of people do and don't like to talk about it much. I don't have no problem talking about it. A lot of people get the wrong impression about Jehovah's Witnesses. It's no different than any other religion. I've studied a few of them. I wouldn't go to say I went as far as you know, studied it to a T.
Of course, yeah.
But to where I understood it. Because I always felt like, I went for the longest time, like, maybe God will forgive me if I picked the wrong religion. I was so worried.
Okay. Yeah.
You know what I mean? I didn't know what to trust after a while. And I'm like, bullshit, you gotta teach yourself.
Yeah.
So you have to look. I was locked up with this guy that was Muslim, really good friend of mine. And we challenged each other, Bible, Quran. And he made me read a lot of scriptures out of the Quran to understand certain things of their religion and vice versa. And it's not very different.
No, because
A lot of religions are.
let me tell you one thing about religion. I'm learning a little bit about this. It's all one God, bro. The story of in the Bible is Abraham. It's like it all starts with Abraham, right? Abraham, they said that with him, God told him that everybody would know, all nations will learn of God through him. He had like 3 sons. I don't know exactly, but he had like 3 sons. One was like with his maid or something. And then eventually he sent them all out. This one went here, this one went here, and this one went here. And they went to go spread the same, but they turned into different religions, Muslim, this, that.
Languages.
Or different languages, different, but we're all praying to the same God. It doesn't matter if it's Allah, Buddha, God, Jehovah. We're all praying to the God that made us who we are today.
We all move off of celestial
beings.
I can't get it out right, but yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
The Bible is, I'm not going to discredit the Bible in any kind of way. I'm not going to disrespect the Bible.
About any of that.
All I'm saying is I feel like, I don't feel like it. I mean, I've really banged my head against the wall looking at so much stuff about the Bible and religion and whatnot and history, period. I love history. But a lot of it comes from stories of the heavens. You know, the 3 kings, you know, they're 3 stars, you know. A lot of people don't understand these things. Different parts of, all right, so winter solstice, summer solstice. Different times of the year, or zodiacs or whatnot, we really move off of what happens up there. All right. Now, I'm not gonna get into my personal opinion about what shape this Earth is.
Okay.
Because I'm not gonna try to convince anybody. I lost that. I lost that. I drove myself insane for a minute, okay?
Trying to figure it out.
Well, not even that. I have my belief. I have my belief and opinion, and I have reasons for it. But like I was telling him before we started earlier, I said, man, I don't like to talk about things unless I know about it.
Yeah, unless you're 100% sure.
Or close. You know, like to where I'm feeling confident.
Yeah.
But there's too many reasons, but we won't get into that this second. But I tell you what, even since youngsters though, being young, poor as fuck, having to join gangs, having to try to be a cool motherfucker just to fit in, not wanting to go to school from not having nice things, being an athlete, but couldn't control my anger.
You played football?
Yeah.
You did? For what
I played for Navarre. I played for a few until I got kicked off the team. And then
you're a little younger than me, so you probably played. I played for Oakdale, but I never played it besides Oakdale. So.
When I went to jail, I couldn't go back to Wade. I had to go to Jefferson Center. And then right after that, they sent me to Libby. So you know how it was back in the day, East and South.
Yeah.
All of them motherfuckers are all my good friends now. It's family type of shit, you know. And they very welcoming when I had to move to that side of town, and I was nervous. I ain't gonna lie. I was an East Side Cobra folk. You know what I mean? They didn't like that shit at all. But I was locked up with quite a few of the knuckleheads like myself. But my mom left me in jail, dude. Like when you had to be in CSI when we was younger, they would set one court date every month. But if your parent wasn't there, you had to hold another month.
Damn.
And I went maybe, I don't even remember how many months. I really just didn't feel like I was loved or anything, you know? And I'm like, what the fuck?
She's trying to teach you a lesson.
Nah.
She was trying.
She was lost, man. She was very lost.
Oh, yeah.
And
she probably forgot about you.
she wasn't, well, first off, even if she was sober, she was never on time. So, just go figure, you know. But I didn't say she didn't love me. I know she loved me.
Of course.
But I had to sit in jail for no fucking reason quite a few times. And then until I remember Miss Soto, my what do you call it?
Counselor, Miss Soto, I know her.
Remember her?
Yeah.
Is she still around?
I don't know.
I miss her so much.
Yeah.
She really helped me a lot at that time. She found me a bed over at the St. Anthony's Villa. It was basically like a get out of jail free card. It's like a Latino thing that they were trying to help me out. She was. She took me under her wing, tried to get me to do good things. Seen her multiple years later, still love the hell out of her, like a family member. But life was just nuts, man.
Because your mom is Mexican and your dad was a hippie gangster, American, right? Like a white guy.
I don't know what the fuck he is.
But his last name's Baker. So.
Yeah, but I found out that...
he's like Indian or whatever?
No. Fuck no, this dude's pale as shit.
No, I'm saying like, I don't, like Indian background.
He's gotta be somewhere European somewhere.
European.
All right, but like the thing that I found out not that long ago was that his dad took on his stepdad's name, Baker. So I think the Fitzpatricks maybe. Oh. So I'm not really sure, but there's like red hair that goes through our bloodline.
Crazy, bro.
And I don't know, like, and he always told me to like not talk to certain family members. And I got these guys requesting me on Facebook and shit, and I'm looking at them like, you motherfuckers look like my family.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's your family, Dad. What the hell they do?
Yeah.
He won't tell me. I don't know what's going on. But my dad was a dick, though. I'm talking nasty fucking asshole, bro. Like, you want to talk some nasty shit about women? That motherfucker will show you the definition. And that shit was just, it played a part of my mind, too.
Because that stuff seeps into you and then creates you.
My mother raised me though, right? So I always treated women, I adore women, like art, except for them crackhead hoes or something.
Yeah.
But no, but I adore women, and my mom raised me, and I never put my hands on women. I don't hit women at all. I don't like that shit at all. But when you're younger and you get your feelings hurt at some point, you're like, man, fuck these hoes, And then next thing you know, you out here just dog digging bitches, And then you're like, for what? I don't remember what her name was, And it's like, my dad tricked me one time, and he said, and this is why he was sober. This was probably about in between 8 and 10 years ago or so, right? He's like, Mark, what the fuck, He's hearing about me being out here and that, and he goes, man, what's the difference? I thought it was a trick question. This is really good. This is really made me think. He said, what's the difference between the pussy you getting out there and the pussy you got at home? Right, so if you stop and you think about it, right, without me even saying that it might have been like a trick question, if you just stop and think about it, what would your answer probably be right away?
I would say.
What I said probably.
What was the question? Like,
it's what's the difference between the pussy you trying to go out here and chase and getting out there, and the pussy that you have at home? It's you love that pussy at home.
Yeah.
That pussy at home though, and I don't mean to put that kind of what do you call that I don't mean to call a woman
Yeah, absolutely.
as a pussy.
Yeah.
It's my dad talking to me.
Yeah.
He's saying
we're telling a story in the third person.
right. He's like, why are you chasing vaginas out here? And you got, you know, what's the difference there? It's because, it took me a second, and I said, no, man, I'm thinking a trick question. And I go, because I love that woman at home. And he goes, bingo. And I was like, oh, I got it right. But I was like, but it really wasn't that I got it right. It wasn't hard to understand.
Yeah.
It was serious. It was like, damn, that's...
So what makes us go, what makes us, like, I don't do this anymore, but what makes us do that when we were younger? And
not want to now, yeah.
Is it the chase? Is it the testosterone? We just want to, like, conquer every woman or whatever?
Yeah, but you can't say that your testosterone went down any, really? I don't feel like it. Yeah. Think about when we were younger and then we was looking at people our age now. We was looking at them like, these guys look horrible.
Yeah, like,
I know, I swear I did.
Yeah.
Like, you motherfuckers ain't looking 40, you looking 60.
Yeah, I'm 44 now, and when I was like 18, I used to think that people were like super old.
Man, me too.
Like my uncles and stuff, like, man, them dudes are old. But now it's like, I'm their age.
Then you're chasing around 30 corner and you're like, oh shit. And then 40s coming around. Next thing you know, we hitting that 5 out.
Yeah. It's coming quick as hell.
I was telling my boy the other day, he goes, Mark, you know Nick Avalos?
Yeah. No,
man, it's my buddy, right?
That's you know,
we're sitting there bullshitting and he's got his female with him. He goes, man, what the fuck? We ain't old. You know, I said, I ain't say a fucking old motherfucker.
He's younger than
I said, he's close to me, 40. But he's about 40, I think. Yeah. I think he just turned 40. But I said, what do you mean? I said, hell no, I ain't old. I said, look. And then I moved out of the site from his girl. And I said, motherfucker, I'm 25 right here. I said, I don't think myself any different than that. You know what I mean? Like, I still feel like I can go.
The thing is, our mindset's still like, we still young. But
it's hard to change.
Older.
It's hard to change it.
We're getting older, and we have to realize it. So when I remember you being in the hospital, your legs and all that stuff. Like, so when was it? Did you realize it because of that? Because of the hospital, and you about to die and all that shit?
No, but
what was that pivotal moment that made you start thinking about fixing your life?
So the last time I was in the hospital was almost like 3 months or so ago, right? And I already knew what I had to do to get better, but I was still going over the edge with everything. I was going to the max with everything because I was depressed and I wasn't feeling good. I couldn't go to work. I was pissed off that I still had to do what I had to do on the street. It gets aggravating, annoying, and the most part of it is it fucks with my conscience now, right? So when I was in the hospital 3 months ago, when I got out, they gave me different news from when I was in there 5 months prior. When I was in there 5 months prior, so let's just say 8 months ago when I was in the hospital, they basically told me I either have hepatitis C from drinking too much or cirrhosis of the liver. And the way that my body was feeling, I really felt like I was dying. And I had these infections in my body, in my legs. So I got bad circulation down there. I got staph infection that I scratched a bug bite one time and it just started getting ulcers, all this shit. And I just didn't fix it for 2 years, dog. And I'm just driving myself nuts like, this can't be right, you know? And then the last time I went to the hospital 3 months ago, I said, so what the fuck? I thought I'm pretty much thinking that I'm dying. I mean, I pretty much was there, bro. Like, I was considering, like, I have to figure something out to try to fix this because I think that I'm on that path to be, it's pretty much going to be done if I don't do something bad, like, quick. And then when I went in there and then them specialists came in and they was like, well, your liver enzymes are just a little low or else we wouldn't release you from the hospital. And I go, whoa, hold on. kidney, you had an infection, but this. And I said, so what the fuck happened to the cirrhosis or hepatitis? Mm-hmm. They're like, you're not, my chart shows the test negative, you know? And I almost make you want to get pissed off at these guys because I just had wasted a few more months too. Yeah. And I'm like, I didn't know what to think about anything, man. I was really thinking about doing some crazy shit. I really was, man. I'm like, but I don't have enemies or anything. But I'm just like, man, you know, maybe I'll rob a couple of banks or something, leave some shit to my babies. You know what I mean? Yeah. Go grab some something.
Just thinking dumb.
Yeah, man, but not rational.
Yeah.
Because I was capable of it.
Of course, yeah.
I was like, man, I hope this ain't the case because society's gonna have to fucking reap the fucking repercussions of my fucked up shits. Mm-hmm. But I'm not a hateful person.
Of course, but the thing is, listen, the devil comes to you in thoughts. The devil doesn't come to you any other way. How does the devil get to you? Through bad thoughts. How do you think these kids walk into a school and kill a bunch of kids? That's because a bad negative thought came into their mind and they went and did it. Mm-hmm. So of course when you're in a bad place, negative thoughts are gonna come in. But you can't
give into them.
Yeah, if you give into them, you're gonna be either dead or in jail or, you know what I mean?
What's that saying too? That if the devil's not chasing you, you're doing something right?
Mm-hmm. If the devil's not chasing you, yeah, because the devil's only chasing you when you're trying to do something good. Every time you're
always when it comes out.
Yeah, because like right now I'm trying to do good, and then all of a sudden my check engine light comes on in my car. I'm like, damn, that's the last thing I did. But that shit happened to me yesterday. Like, I'm thinking like, oh yeah, the podcast is going good, the cleaning business. All of a sudden I got to buy a $22,000 car again. I mean, because I'm going to try to fix the motor or whatever.
Right.
But I'm saying like, damn, like you think because the devil comes attacking. Yeah. It's
always something.
Yeah, when you're trying to do better, just like the other day, you said you're trying to do better, and all of a sudden you walk into a situation and it's getting a little hectic, even though it didn't turn out to be nothing crazy.
But this God, though, when I was telling you that I'm keeping myself out of trouble by babysitting almost, I'm tired of babysitting grown-ass men. Mm-hmm. I handle shit on my own whenever I gotta know. But you know, maybe I wish that I might have had somebody saying, "Hey, chill the fuck out, Mark." Yeah. You know, at certain times.
Do people listen to you when you calm situations down and stuff?
Oh yeah, most of the time. Mm-hmm. Most of the time, and then sometimes I might have to yell. I might have to get a little aggressive. But I do it with love.
Yeah.
I do it with love because I don't want to see anybody have to go back to jail or prison. I ain't got no numbers, and I'm very proud of that. You know, I zigged when I should have zagged, or zagged when I should have zigged. Mm-hmm. I did something right. You
figured it
out. You know, I did something right. But see, everybody's got a handicap at some point in their life. Mm-hmm. One person's could be that they had to go and sit it down for a while. Mm-hmm. I might have been doing time in my own fucking head all that time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I fist fought and I fought so many ridiculously tough people, and I don't care. Like, I'd let them beat me up. Really, I'm tired of it. I swear, sometimes I sound dumb because
you even fight some of your friends sometimes, right?
Man, dude.
Because I've seen like you talking shit to one of your friends, and then your friends are
good friends, man.
On social media, you know, I never seen none of your fights. I just see sometimes.
Family
but this is a while ago. This is what I'm talking about years ago.
Family members.
Because I've been following you on social media for years and years and years.
But there's people that you really get along with and you mesh with, and there's never ever a argument or a problem. And there's some people. And I'm the people I hate fighting with the most is my family or friends.
Yeah.
I almost refuse not to, but you know, at some point, sometimes shit be happening.
Yeah. You don't want to at all.
Hell no,
but like
man.
sometimes like you
I
guys
feel
get
bad.
drunk, talking shit.
I mean, I've been in tears for having to do some things and still don't feel good. I've lost a couple of good relationships with some very good friends of mine. And not to mention, I've lost good ass friends of mine that I stuck up for since we was little ass kids, and they weren't able to stick up for themselves, but accused me of shit that wasn't true. Like, one thing I know that I do for a fact is I got a bro code. If you're married to a woman or was married to a woman, you cared about a woman like that, or you got children with the woman, that's no limit for me. I don't touch. I don't go. I don't even attempt.
Yeah, you don't even disrespect that.
I wouldn't want that done to me.
Yeah, of course.
But it's happened. And I won't get on that because that's some real fucked up shits.
Yeah.
You know, but nobody's ever perfect neither. You know, when I was thinking about doing this thing with my ex again, I had to swallow the biggest amount of fucking pride I ever had in my life. I never thought that was possible. Just for me not to be sure or her to be 100% sure. I'm a hard person to deal with sometimes, especially when
it takes
a relationship.
guts to do that, right?
And
You're like you grew up like to be like a manly man, not to show your emotions type shit, right?
dude, my sister, she argues with me, dude, about some science shit. It doesn't make no sense at all to me because that's how much it is like that. She's like, well, all babies are female before they get their genitalia, and I'm like, nah. I'm like, motherfucker, I was a goddamn man with dick and balls before I was even thought of. Before I got the balls, I was recreated. And I was like, but you know, I said, we're all winners though. We all can find the direction to that egg. We're here.
So, because you're like, don't get me confused with none of that shit.
Yeah, but you know, that's just that macho shit again.
But even when you when I talked to you on the phone, you said, man, like you were telling me something like, you know, you're doing good, Yogi, but you're like, man, but I'm so macho that, you know, that it's even hard for me to say that. Is that how?
Yeah.
Because you're
It's hard for me to compliment, man.
Yeah.
But I have to have a lot of respect for you. And I'll still say it so manly enough. It's fucked up.
But I understand, bro, because like you have to be humble enough to do that so you can actually become somebody. When I went to prison,
when respect is deserved, it's given, man.
Of course.
Certainly.
Because like not everybody deserves for you to be like, oh yeah, you're doing good, and then not everybody's gonna show you the respect and like give you an opportunity to do. I mean, to me, dude, I wanted to do this podcast, and it wasn't about just having like rich and like famous people.
Right.
I wanted to have people from the east
Every
side.
angle.
I wanted to have people from all of us.
I want things to be. I just don't know. We don't have enough time for it to get that damn deep.
Yeah, I want to be an inspiration to us.
Well,
to
you
me,
are.
to you, to the guys on the east side, to the from the south end, the west side, and the north side, from all of us from here to Toledo. I'm trying to show you guys. Look, you can get out. You can have this. You can fall. You can like get back up.
And you know what? I respect that more than I respect a rap artist that I looked up to. You know, let's just say, for instance, and I ain't throwing no shade, because they were always like one of my favorites, you know, Isham Nadas or there, you know, and I've formed same stages, areas, whatever. And I wasn't the type of person to be going up and paying for a picture and stuff like that. I just didn't feel comfortable.
Yeah, but we're gonna take a picture together today.
For sure, but no. My point is, my point is this is deserving. The respect I give you and that the props that I'm giving you deservingly, that's what's worth it though.
I know, Mark, but I want to give you the props too, man, because
I appreciate it.
By you taking the right steps to actually fix yourself, you're actually showing your sons, like, man, my dad's going to be working on himself. That's guiding them a little bit better. That's going to help your grandkids. see like, oh man, look, my grandpa, and then that dark cloud that followed you from your dad to you. You don't pass it on to the next. You don't want to pass it on to your little sister or your daughter, or you know what I mean, or your grandkids. You don't want to pass that cloud on. You want it to stop with you.
It is.
And then let them be proud of you. Let them be proud.
And you know the crazy thing, what you just said there is absolutely right. They're banking on it.
Yeah.
I got no choice.
They love you, Mark.
I cannot make my kids feel embarrassed. Like, if you're gonna be a Toledo police officer, I'm not gonna be making you look bad.
Your son's about to be a police officer.
I don't want them niggas getting ready for work one day. Your dad's crazy as fuck, Mark.
Yeah,
you know.
You don't want him to walk.
You hear what he did last night? I mean, literally, I've had. I don't want to. It's not with bragging. Like, it's not a brag. It's
we're letting these bad things out so we can get over with these things, right?
Yeah, but look.
Then let them out, Mark, because that's it.
I go outside when
you ain't gonna go back.
My sister-in-law just told me when we was having a conversation about my ex and my bonus children having some kind of traumatization because of how violent I used to be. And it wasn't from me putting my hands on anybody in the household. It was from how fucking nuts I get and wanting to hurt other fucking people. But they were so scared, and I was such a monster at certain times. Like, this mellow shit right here, this is what creeps people out now. And they're like,
you can get really dark if someone gets in that space.
I have a whole block of people fucking petrified on their front porch, worried if this cop's about to catch me or that one's gonna catch me, because I'm trying to get to one house. And I'm cussing everybody else.
What I was asking you was, when was it that it clicked? Okay, you were saying that three months ago they said that. What did they end up saying?
They scared me, and I thought I was about to die.
They said
so I started like thinking about these things, and I'm thinking like, which way can I do it? What do you call that? Where you're doing the home remedy type of deals to heal yourself.
Fix yourself.
If I ever had cancer, I'm not gonna do no chemo and all that. I already seen how this shit plays out. And but they scared me. But I scared straight that I wasn't ready for it, but I was gonna still go and get some different opinions or see exactly what the fuck was going on. But I'm like, man, I got a 6-year-old daughter, 8-year-old son, 11-year-old son, 11-year-old son, 14-year-old daughter. My 2 older ones, my 2 granddaughters. I was like, shit, you gotta get this right. So I don't know, I can't pinpoint exactly what I did, but I did something right. I fucking shed off about 60 pounds in almost like 8 months, 7 months.
Did you stop drinking for a while?
Well,
I
stopped being in there from morning until night.
Okay, yeah.
It's a lot of fucking money too. And it's just
what were you drinking?
Self-loathing,
to a bar or at home?
Yeah, and I was drinking that sweet shit. I was on Rumplements, 100 proof. I started drinking that shit though after I got over my tequila stage a long time ago. But it was to get to the point faster. I wanted to get drunk without having to slam 30 fucking beers. You know, that shit makes you all full and all that. But I'm a professional alcoholic. What can I say? You know,
so you slowed down.
Water,
how about
tea,
eating? Did you
water, tea, eating, sleep. Sleep, but made myself. I have such a hard time. They put me on Zoloft not that long ago, and it almost made me go crazy. I was like, fuck is going on? And it was like the lowest dose. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? No, I mean, I was losing it. I'm sitting here like, what in the fuck is going on here? I'm like, you know what? I'll stick to marijuana. That's okay with my book.
Yeah,
I take an edible, I'm on the floor.
That's the best for any of that stuff, man. Instead of taking all those pharmaceutics and stuff, all that stuff.
I was trying to get something from the doctor though that so my urge to want to get out and fuck off, I get that way. I get an itch, man, to where I want, like I feel like I want to just
punch somebody in the face.
Self-implode.
Yeah.
That's what I constantly was doing. No, I'm not trying to do that anymore.
You told me that sometimes you still miss punching someone in the face, right?
Yeah.
You told me that outside earlier.
All the time.
Isn't it? But that's crazy talk.
It's going away a little bit.
I know, because it's not right, Mark.
No, it's not.
You shouldn't have to feel like that. But that's that anger inside of you but you gotta let all that shit go.
This shit sounds so fucking stupid too. And I know that. I already know, man. And I swear to God, like my mother-in-law pointed something out to me about 5 or 6 months ago. And she, I'm sitting there talking shit with my kids' mother, and something came up, where I had to put my little motherfucking man on. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, yeah, you know what? Saying shit, and my mother-in-law goes, "We know, Mark." And I go, "No shit, right?" Yeah. I'm like, "What am I talking about?" I'm like, "Why?" I'm like, "I don't have to do that no more. Everybody knows what I do."
Knows who you are.
Yeah, and I'm like, that's not what I want to be neither. I'm just so used to that.
Yeah. Because, Mark, you're a good dude, bro.
Thank you.
You're loving, you're
really
caring.
am. I got a heart.
Like, maybe, you go to a bar and get into a fight, someone messes with you, but you ain't going to the bar to look for a fight.
But it's not what it seems.
Yeah.
For the most part, when I talk shit on social media, which I've been holding myself back from doing that, and I've been trying to be a little more positive if I am upset.
And it's good.
But
people can see that.
When I do that though, that's man, I ain't gonna lie to you. I like to piss people off. It's something that I'm good at, and it makes me feel bad. I can like piss somebody the fuck off, and then I just go to sleep. Like,
It ain't gonna bother you.
It satisfied me.
That much.
It satisfied me more than punching them. Like and I just want people to just like even test, or sometimes that's how stupid I feel sometimes.
I know, but by you getting into more a positive mindset, it's gonna help you with all that stuff. Like, cause I've actually seen where you're posting something, and even like your kids get on there and say like, "Dad, take this off."
I know.
That's not good. And I've read that.
I know.
And it's me just scrolling by, and I seen you write something crazy, and your kids like, "Damn, Dad, delete this. It's embarrassing," or whatever, because they're embarrassed. And because Mark, you're not that guy. You've helped raise all your kids to be good. Like, your kids are good. Like,
well, that's where that alcohol comes in.
That's what I'm saying. That's ruining that. If you go too much into that life, because you can't let nothing. We can't let nothing control us 100%. You can drink here and there. We have a nice time. I took a drink today.
You ever see what it says on the liquor bottle?
No, go ahead. Tell me.
Spirits.
Oh yeah.
You know what that means, right?
No, tell me.
You're a different person when you drink.
Oh, like a spirit goes into you.
Well, it's very much so.
Spirit.
Hey, look, Google it later and look up it's a Hispanic thing. It's a Hispanic word, I believe, for spirits, but alcohol is the name of a demon. It's short for a name of a demon. And spirits is real. Think about how crazy you could be when you're drinking.
You get that in you.
And then when I'm sober, dude, I'm such a complete cool person, loving. But I'm still loving too when I'm drinking, but
somebody can flip the switch quick, right?
I just don't like being disrespected, that's all. Yeah,
but you don't go out looking for it, but if somebody was to come up and punch your friend when you're there,
I promise you this. Yeah, no, well, I mean, unless they deserve it, then they gotta fight like a man. I don't jump people, I don't do nothing.
Saying like, on some crazy shit, somebody just comes and does
I don't be on the phone like, "Hey, I need your help."
Yeah.
I work solo, so I ain't gotta worry about nobody. But man, I hate them thoughts in my head. I hate that shit because it just resorts back to that fucking thought and that mind state. But spirits are real though, man. Because if you think about it, think about anybody you know who is just completely cooler than shit, man. But as soon as they get drunk, they're a fucking piece of shit. Douchebag, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, and that could have been one of my nicknames. I got 1,000 of them. I only like a couple. I like Mark Vader.
Mark Vader.
A lot of people throw me shit, and I'm just like, yeah, I work with that. That's funny.
Yeah, that's a good one.
But the Mark Baker, the baby maker, I hate that one. And like, people always are like, how many fucking kids you got, Mark? And I'm like, I only got 5. I'm like, I know like 3 other people around here that got way more than me.
Yeah.
I'm like, you guys are
They're calling you the baby,
right now.
the baby maker just because it rhymes.
Yeah. A lot of that rhymes with you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I tell you though, one thing that I absolutely feel like I screwed up with was my relationships. The 2 women I cared about the most in my life, besides my mother and my daughter, was, you know, my 2 kids' mothers. Absolutely, it haunts me to this day. You know, I made wrong decisions. I just got done telling my little brother-in-law earlier, do not make this one decision. We weren't having sex for like 3 months. I was drug dealing. I was gone day to night, drunk, reckless. A lot of shiesty people around and nasty women. So this woman, she was thinking that I was cheating on her, which I wasn't because I adored her, but she didn't get it. I didn't show her enough.
Yeah.
So after 3 months, I made this one bad decision saying, I sleep with you every night. We ain't having sex. Fuck it. Now you're gonna see. Okay, I'm done. You wanna see that I'm cheating, motherfucker? You're gonna find out because everybody loves to hate on me. What the fuck do you know? My dumb ass. Worst mistake. Worst mistake ever, you know, because you can't take something like that back sometimes. You do good for 20 years or something, and you make that one stupid mistake, and and that woman could be so fucking hurt that they will not forgive you.
Never.
They'll try, give up, try. They hate you.
Yeah, because once you break that, it's like a champagne glass. Once you break that champagne glass, you can never put it back together. It'll never hold that glass of wine again.
And some women don't.
It'll be broken. You know what I mean?
They don't give you 2 chances.
Huh?
Some women ain't up to giving you another chance.
No. Some women ain't. Some women are, and especially if they're struggling with you, and because she was with you since you guys were young as hell, right? Like 16, 15.
Alicia went through a lot. Ashley went through a lot of.
Oh, okay. So
Ashley went through a lot of.
So who was you? You was with Alicia first. You had your 2 oldest kids.
3.
Your 3 oldest kids. And then you got with the what was the other one?
Ashley. Yeah.
And that's where you got the other kid and the bonus kids.
2 kids with her, and then she had 2 prior.
Okay.
With their mind.
So even though you fucked up your first one, then you still got with the other girl, had kids. You cheated on her too and fucked that all up too?
Yeah.
You didn't learn from the first time? You had to because that was another thing.
Well, no, it wasn't that I was a habitual cheater.
Yeah.
I made a bad decision.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't like you was always out doing that kind of. You was more of a family guy, but then you just fucked up.
No, I still to this day I love her very much, you know, and I want to try to make things work, but I wasn't not a habitual cheater, and I can probably say that. It sounds weird.
Yeah, no.
But I made that one wrong decision that one time, and then afterwards everything was downhill, so we were on, off. But while we were off, and if I was to fuck around, she considered that cheating, okay? But we weren't together.
Yeah.
But I didn't know what to think at these points. That's when I was telling you when my mom was dying. I got involved with a young chick. She hung herself on my mother's funeral day.
Damn. Damn.
The morning. Right, like
So
2
that was
hours.
another trauma that hit you.
2 hours before. And
did you think that had to do with you or?
Well, I wondered at first.
Yeah.
I don't blame myself because I found out that she had some other underlying issues that I'm not exactly sure about, but I was too drunk to pay attention. Because she was young and it was more like a fun thing. I cared about her, but I didn't love her like that.
Yeah.
She was young.
She was like a girlfriend.
Yeah, but she
like
was
your
very
girl,
good people though, you know.
That's crazy.
She was very
And
good
the same day that was your mom's funeral?
Yeah, her dad called me the night before. My mom was married to her dad's brother a long time ago.
Your mom was married to her dad. Oh, okay.
Ain't no blood type of shit.
No, it's like a brother. Yeah, brother.
But I didn't know her.
No, I'm not
No,
saying
but
that.
I'm saying I didn't know
I'm
this.
trying to say, like,
I didn't know this young lady, and she come chasing after me when I was really out of my fucking mind, and I entertained it.
Yeah.
She was very attractive, and I didn't pay enough attention to see what was really going on with her. And the night before my mom's funeral, because I had broke things off with her because I wanted to spend time with my mom while she was in hospice. And I couldn't get that right away, you know, because me and her, and she was younger, she didn't understand. I was trying to be strong and sober up and everything for my younger brothers during that time. And shit was real fucked up. Her dad called me the night before my mom's funeral and said, Mark, can I come to my friend's funeral? Because we weren't really on good terms at the time. I said, of course you can. I said, she loved you. I said, but I'm gonna come in because my kids' mothers are gonna be there and I don't need any kind of extra craziness here today. I'm trying to keep everybody cool and calm. And when I told him that I didn't want her to come, she was on the phone, I didn't know. Or something like that. I heard that she was on the other line or something. She was right there, speakerphone, something, I don't know. She took it the wrong way, something, I don't know. I still wonder about that. But the more that I looked into it, I heard that, you know, she was going through a lot of shit. And I didn't.
Dude, it's not your fault, dude.
No, it's not.
Because the thing is, if someone's gonna do that, they're just gonna do it.
Well, you know what sucked though? Is that with that happening then, is that I felt like death was real close. Mom, her, losing my mind. I'm like, Ash, man, we need to get back together. Let me show you I can fix things, and I'm scared. I need to get back to my family. I feel like death is right around the corner for me or something. It was scary. And then I couldn't even mourn my own mom's death though, really, because she felt like I was mourning her death. And it was weird. He called me, the funeral just began. Me and my brothers go outside to go out and smoke a blunt. He calls me, he goes, Mark, I can't come to the funeral. He said, my daughter hung herself an hour and a half ago. Or he said this morning at first, and I said, fuck, so good fucking plan, dude. He's like, why the fuck would I play about that? And I heard in his voice and knew he was serious. And he hung up. Or no, he said, I said, what are you talking about? And he said, my daughter hung herself upstairs this morning, about an hour and a half ago. And he hung up the phone. And I was just sitting there like, damn.
That's crazy.
Fuck is going on? So I was like, man, somebody trying to get me. I didn't know what to think. But then I go back home, I couldn't. She was so hurt that I was with the younger chick too. I fucked a lot of things up.
Man.
I was thinking with the wrong head a lot of times.
That's just crazy, bro. Just to think of that, like all that happening at one time. It's like having like, what do they call that guy? The Grim Reaper, like coming attacking your ass.
I swear, and not to mention like I can't, like specify on names, but I was losing all kinds of people in my family at that time.
And then friends too, right? Because man, like so many people we grew up with, dude.
We knew.
We got so many friends.
Who would ever thought we would lose Dixon?
Yeah.
That dude was one of the toughest dudes I knew when I was a kid, you know? He would slap me on something. Hey, you're being a pussy. You know what I mean? And he's such a big fucking guy at the time. I'm like, you fucking dick.
Dad, he used to date my sister. For real, dude.
But you know, everybody on the east side, we all knew each other anyways.
So many people do got caught up in that opioid crisis.
That's when I quit taking the pills.
They all lost it.
Cause I seen.
You on pills bad too?
Well, it was just perks.
I was on
a regiment.
I used to take them, and then I got all the way up to like 30s and shit.
See, I didn't go far, but I was on a regiment thinking that was okay. And then when I didn't have them, I was like, oh man, I feel like a fucking crackhead. I'm like, never that. So I went cold turkey, 12 days. I thought I was gonna die. But the reason I did do that was because I wasn't about to take no damn Suboxones. That's still gonna get me high.
Yeah.
And I wasn't gonna resort to heroin, which I seen a lot of people doing because they couldn't find their opiates, so they ended up turning into heroin addicts and died.
And then fentanyl came.
Fentanyl is even
First
more
was the
dangerous.
black tar heroin.
Yeah.
That's what I went to prison for. I was selling black tar heroin, and that's what, right after the pills blew up. Then the doctor stopped giving them to people. Then everybody was like, "What?"
I know.
So then they used to bring black tar heroin, and we would sell it to everybody. I went to prison for that. When I went to prison, I heard that fentanyl start taking over, and that killed all kinds of people.
I don't associate with nobody who fucks with brown and sells nothing like that. Anything. Stay the fuck away from me.
It killed so many of our friends, family members.
Well, you remember even
not it didn't hit me like personally, like not family members, but I know a lot of people that has.
But that boy too, for the longest time. I know so many people who are responsible for murdering people from this. And you know what? How the fuck? I couldn't live with myself that way. I've never committed I've never done anything immoral. Kill anybody, rape anybody. Things that I know that ain't great in God's eyes. Besides me committing adultery. And that still does bother me now that I'm older because I understand it a lot more. But we were together all them years, and then we got married, and then it was down the toilet a year and a half later. And we stayed married for quite a few years after that. I remember when we went and got our dissolution downtown, it was sad. Even though we weren't together for a long time, I was upset. So was she. We hugged each other, and I told her I was sorry. You know, and we get along, we co-parent, you know, she's a good person. But, you know, this life's a bitch. I used to say, life's a bitch, you marry one, get rich and die. I'll never be that lucky.
Well, the thing is, we got to understand that this whole life is a roller coaster. It's going to have its ups and downs, but we got to learn from every little up and every little down. We can't just be real high on all the ups. No, when I was in prison, I learned so much shit. I learned how to be a leader. I wasn't like this before I went to prison. Before I went to prison, I always told my mom, I don't care about shit. I used to just hang out. I used to work at my job, and I would sell drugs. And then I didn't care about anything. But then I learned how to become a leader, how to work with people, how to talk to people. I used to talk to the guards. I used to talk to the inmates. I used to try to fix things because I became a leader in the prison, and they would come to me, hey, you need to fix this, and I would go and try to fix this with the representatives. So I learned that by communication, by learning,
mediating,
trying to learn, and so that time in there, I didn't look at it like, oh man, this is a waste of my time. No, I learned so much, and I read so many books. But when I got out, I fucked up again. I started getting back into my old habits, eating fast food. I blew up again, and that's when I met my wife, you know. And then because the thing is, every single little thing that you've been through, Mark, is a learning lesson, so you can pass it on to your kids. But you can't dwell on any of it. You gotta you gotta look at it as a lesson and stop making the same mistakes. You don't want to be back in the hospital. You don't want to. So what? So are you working out because your shoulders are wide as hell? Like,
yeah, no, I mean,
been a big ass dude.
I'm not weak by any means.
You been hitting the gym or no?
I'll just do some push-ups. Got dumbbells.
Okay.
Squats.
You got some stuff at the house,
just regular shit.
Yeah, but that's what I do.
But
I go to the gym, but look at Monday I just do chest and try. I do.
I be making a lot of stupid jokes, right? So I say that's all them fat girls. I mean, no, I'm joking though. No, I'm just kidding. Like people take me serious on that though, but that's not true.
But it's all good.
But see, like I said, like you know how like you were saying, like you know, like the way that it's put out there, that I go out there and I'm just so wild and reckless. It's not even that, man. Like if you went out and you asked anybody, you would get like places I hang out at. You know what they'll tell you? They'll say, "That motherfucker will stick up for any of these old folks in here." I mean, that's my biggest problem is trying to stand up for people. Up for everybody. You know, and then I should mind my own business sometimes. I've been shot at for not minding my own business. All kinds of shit. Put in jail for not minding my own business. Yeah.
So you gotta understand, put yourself first for a while. Give yourself 5 years. That's what I'm trying to do now. Look at me. I've been putting myself first for 5 years, and I'm getting successful.
Oh, see, when you said that you learned in prison, as far as becoming a leader and whatnot, learning how to do this, no disrespect to you at all. I'm saying I feel like I was born that way, but the one thing that got in the way was my alcoholism. Was my worst demon. That's my biggest handicap, my biggest crutch. But if I try to stop cold turkey, it's too much that I can't explain right at the second. But that's been one of my biggest handicaps.
Yeah, but just slow down. That's what you're doing.
No,
right?
That's what I'm doing.
You slow down a lot, right?
Yeah, big time. Like I said, people are like, "Well, where the fuck you been?"
Yeah.
It's a problem because you guys see me too much, but now it's a problem you don't see me enough.
But when people see you, are they like proud of you and like?
Oh yeah, Mark, I've been getting a lot of that lately. And like I said, you know, I had a good friend of mine, the older cats, couple that I know. His wife comes up to me and she goes, "Mark, what's going on? Are you okay?" She goes, "Why are you so quiet and mellow?" Like it's just blowing people's minds. Like, and she goes, I said, "Yeah, I'm fine." I said, "I'm just trying to behave myself. I'm just trying to chill, really. I'm just so tired and fed up of all the drama shit, you know." People used to say, "Oh man, you're in love with drama," because that's all I fucking had all the time. And now when I meet new girls and shit, like I'm dating or anything, I'm like, and if they got more drama than me, I'm like, what in the fuck is going on? I'm like, you guys doing drama to me?
Yeah, you don't want no drama.
No.
I got enough.
I'm like, man, go back. No.
So like just try to have a positive mindset. That's what I did. I got out and I just like not really when I got out. Like ever since I started my workout journey and being on, you know, my podcast and stuff. I just like trying to listen to good messages. So when I do speak, I give away good messages. Even though you know about with the stuff I'm telling you, you already know it. You know that life has its ups and downs. You know that life is a learning lesson.
But do you know how hard it is to be as positive as what I see you're doing?
But I keep speaking because I know that you can be me.
No, I know this. I know what you're saying.
Listen to me. You are a natural born leader. You can be me. You can have a show. You know about music. You know a lot of people in the music industry. You could have the same thing. You could sit down with people, local artists from all over the world. You could do the same thing, Mark. You are a natural born leader. You have it in you. You just gotta bust his ass out and let him go. You become like, you can become whoever you want. This is like a persona that one day I was Yogi, the guy that just got out of prison, and I said, you know, I'm gonna start working out, I'm gonna start doing this, I'm gonna start a podcast, and I start dressing different, and I start presenting myself different, and now people are starting to take notice. But Mark, people are already starting to take notice about you. You know why? Because I wouldn't have had you on here
I
if I didn't notice that you started taking those steps. And for me to reward you, this is how I'm gonna reward you. Because you already had asked me. Not that I owed you anything.
No.
But you already had asked me. I didn't feel that you were ready. But now I see.
Right. You was right.
Yeah, and I see your transformation. So I know you can have your own platform. You can do your own thing. You can create it. The baker, the two to the head pot, whatever. You know.
I've done these things too, and
You've done that stuff like this.
Yeah. I mean, I'm used to. Not recently used to.
Okay.
That's why I was a little bit like not nervous, but like just wondering. Just had me thinking a lot, I guess. Like I almost feel like I need like 10 parts because I got way more shit. But I got more important shit that I could even talk about.
But that's why you should have your own platform.
That's what I was trying to tell you outside. As me and my cousin been talking about it for a long time now, and I felt like I should have already been on that shit a long time ago, because when Jason quit rapping, I was like, man, fuck, this was a team thing, and I'm like, yeah, I can do this shit by myself for sure, but when you have a decision, if you put your kids on the back burner for music or you put music on the back burner for your kids, that's something I had to deal with. I had to let this shit ride out, Don't get me wrong, I want to do some things. I'd rather be well off than famous. I'd rather be able to take care of my family, my community, shit like that. I don't need nobody seeing if I'm doing it. I just feel good anyways. That's no lie. But God will bless us all anyways.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
The only reason...
I just want to know one thing though, and you got to keep this in here. Did you steal these chairs?
No, they let me. No, you know what happened? Let me tell you the story about the chairs real quick. No, I need to tell you the story. Earlier. So when I first got here, I told the landlord, man, I'm gonna have to buy some chairs. These 2 chairs were out there in that one room.
Yeah.
And I was like, can I borrow those for my first episode, and then I'll put them back. And then he came the next day. He said, my wife said you can borrow those until you're done using this room.
Nice, dude.
So then I was like, cool.
I was in there looking and I'm like, man, I wonder if he stole this.
Nah, they used to be up there. I borrowed them.
Man. I know better than that.
Yeah. Hey,
one thing I could say though is I ain't no damn thief. I don't steal shit. Hey, there's a big difference in between stealing and persuasion.
Yeah, I didn't steal these. I talked him into giving them to me.
I'm lying.
No, but I've never been a thief.
I can't even steal a fucking candy bar. I never stole
anything. I used to, I would go to, my uncle would give me $17,000. I
stole a lot when I was a baby.
It'd be like this much money, all hundreds. And then I would take him to this guy's house, right? And I would be like, here's the $17,000. This dude would open up drawers full of money like this. And it would be money sideways like this. And he would go like this. And he put the 70,000.
Make a room.
It'd be like 50,000 in every drawer, bro. Because these dudes were big time.
Well, imagine the trust though, being able to see that.
Yeah, and then I would be like leaving, and I'd be like, damn. And then I'd be like, damn. We're gonna fucking, or like I could probably go back and run, but I never did.
Well, me neither.
Never did, and I knew where all the money was and everything.
I can't respect nobody that way anyway.
No, I never did, because you know what I used to always, when I ever knew that a little kid was out stealing the neighborhoods, I would always sit down with him and I would say, listen, man, your street name is more important than credit.
I talk to these people all the time, but like, man, when you ask me, do people listen to you? Yeah, dumb motherfuckers listen to me. They're not dumb. They're dumb like me. Like we're not. All right, no.
They're doing bad things.
Stupid. Dumb is completely a different thing. You know what I mean? Stupid is as stupid does.
Yeah.
No, but I do. Because I guess it's just some respect. I guess and I appreciate it. Yeah. But thanks for having me on, man.
Yeah, let's stop it right here. But look, we can have more of these. Like eventually, we'll let's do it. Yeah.
Because then that might motivate me.
Yeah.
And by the way, I'm gonna need you to wear a tie next time. So I'm just joking, man.
That's my dude Mook. He's starting to help me with the podcast and the camera and stuff.
Solid right here. I like this guy.
Man, I appreciate you. Thank you, brother.
For sure. Thank you too.
Yeah.
Appreciate
All right,
you.
Mark. Thank
All
you
right,
so
man.
much for.
No problem, man.
Thank you so much for coming on the podcast. Okay, hold on. I've been saying. I always used to say let's go, but I'm starting to. Last week I started. I'm just gonna say thank you guys so much for watching the podcast. Make sure you subscribe and follow, and please let go and let God. Thank you.
God bless, for sure.